Hello, this tutorial is about solving problems using the mole concept. You'll need a copy of the periodic table and a calculator for this tutorial. Now it's very important that you have a good understanding of the basics of the mole concept, otherwise you'll find this tutorial quite tricky. So my advice is to go through your notes. Alternatively, I've got two previous videos, mole concept part 1 and mole concept part 2. I'll just go through the basics of what the mole concept is and solving simple calculations. Right, now I'm just going to go through how I solve mole calculations. If you've got your own way that works for you, that's fine. I just want to explain what I do so you can understand my way of solving things. Right, now if you have been asked to solve mole calculations that involve solids, I find this triangle quite useful. I've got mass at the top, moles times by the relative atomic mass or relative molecular mass. The way it works is, for example, if you're asked to find the number of the mass, you cover up mass, and you've got your calculation here. You've got moles times by the AR or the MR. So you just plug in the numbers, and that should give you the answer. Okay, and it works the other way. If you're asked to find number of moles, you cover up moles, and you've got mass divided by the AR or the MR. Alright, now for solutions, you've got this triangle here. You've got moles at the top, concentration times volume at the bottom. Right, now volume needs to be converted decimeter cubed. Alright, so if you're given centimeter cubed, you need to convert to decimeter cubed if you're using this triangle. Alright, now if you've got gases, you've got volume at the top. Again, it needs to be converted to decimeter cubed if you're using this triangle. You've got moles times 24 at the bottom. So these are three triangles you need to remember for the exam. And I tell my students the fourth thing you need to remember is the ratio idea. Okay, now the ratio idea, you can apply it if you've been given volume or if you have been given number of moles. Okay, so for example, if I have this equation here, now it's the numbers in front that are significant. So I've got number 2 here. I've got no number here, so that'll be 1. And I've got 2 here. Alright, this is the ratio at which things react, which substances react, I suppose, or are formed. Alright, so I've got 2, 1, 2. That is a ratio. Those are the ratio numbers. Alright, so for example, if you have been told I've got 100 centimeter cubed of carbon monoxide, what volume of oxygen reacted, you apply your ratio idea. Okay, now if you don't know how to apply your ratio idea, you need to go and talk to your maths teacher. Okay, if you do, put it into your calculator and you should find that you have 50 centimeter cubed of oxygen. Okay, or you can be told, alright, I've got 45 centimeter cubed of oxygen. How much carbon monoxide is being formed? You apply your ratio. Okay, you put in your calculator, and you should get 90 centimeter cubed. Alright. The other way works if you've been given a number of moles. For example, if you have 6 moles of carbon and you're asked how many moles of oxygen has been used, or how many moles of carbon dioxide has been formed, you apply your ratio idea. Okay, you should find that 3 moles of oxygen gets used and 6 moles of carbon monoxide is made. Okay, I'd like you to pause the video and have a go at working out this one. If I have 0.25 moles of oxygen, how many moles of carbon is used and how many moles of carbon monoxide is used? Right, hopefully you got the right answer, 0.5 moles. Now if you got that right, excellent, well done. If not, you need to go and understand the ratio idea. Okay, so 4 things you need to know to solve mole calculations: the ratio idea, the solids triangle, solutions triangle, and the gas triangle. Okay, now I'm going to keep these here. You do need to remember them. Alright, I'm going to keep them here to help us solve these questions. Right, so let's have a look. The equation for the complete combustion of propane is given below. Insert the 2 missing volumes. Right, so I've got an equation here. Okay, I've got volume of gas at the bottom, so I want to find out propane and oxygen. I know that 15 centimeter cubed of carbon dioxide has been formed. Okay, so I want to find volume. Now, I always say to my students, the first thing you need to do when you've got an equation is you pull out the ratio. Alright, so I've got 1 to 5 to 3 to 4. I'm just going to write it above. Now, because this is useful, I find it very useful, always doing this. Even if you don't use it in the exam, it's just useful. It might just help you remember something. Alright, so Right, now how I'm going to solve the problem. I'm trying to find volume of gas. So I can use this triangle, or I can apply the ratio idea. Okay? So how do I know which one to apply? First of all, for this triangle, if I want to find out volume, I need to know the number of moles. So it'll be moles times 24. Now there's nowhere in the question have I been told the number of moles. Alright, so it'd be quite difficult to apply this triangle. It might be easier to apply the ratio idea. Because I'm applying the ratio idea, I do not need to convert this to decimeter cubed. It's only when using the triangles. Okay, so I've got 3 to 15. So you just type into your calculator, click it in, and you should get your ratio. Okay, 5 to 25. Alright, let's have a look at something a bit more difficult. Iron sulfate decomposes when heated. Calculate the mass of iron 3 oxide formed and the volume of sulfur trioxide produced when 10 grams of iron 3 sulfate was heated. Mass of 1 mole of iron sulfate is 400 grams. Okay, I've got an equation here. Brilliant. Alright, so what am I trying to find out? To find the mass of iron oxide and the volume of sulfur trioxide. Okay. Right, now I've got an equation. First thing, I'm going to pull out the ratio. I've got 1 to 1 to 3. Let's write up there. Okay. First thing, number of moles of iron sulfate. Right, now what do I know about iron sulfate? How am I going to go ahead and solve this problem? What do I know about it? I know it's a solid. Okay. I also know I've got 10 grams of it. Alright, so I'll put 10 here. To find number of moles, I know I've got a solid. Okay, a bit of a clue, I've got the word grams there and I've got the solid there. So I can apply my solids triangle. To find the number of moles, right, I'm going to cover up moles. My equation is mass divided by the MR. Alright, so my mass is 10, my MR is 400. Just write it there, put it in your calculator, you should get 0.025. Right, okay, next question. Number of moles of iron oxide. Now, when we work out number of moles, okay, I know it is a solid, okay, so I can apply my solids triangle. Let's have a look, can I? To find out moles, I need mass divided by the MR. I can work out the MR from my periodic table. I haven't been told mass. There's no mass of iron oxide anyway, so I cannot apply this idea at all. So what can I do? I know the number of moles of iron sulfate is 0.025, so I'm going to just put it up here. Alright, so I can actually apply my ratio idea. Okay, so I've got 1 to 1. Okay, so if I've got 0.025 moles of iron sulfate, I must have the same number of moles of iron oxide. Alright, so I put that in there. Now it's asking to find the mass of iron oxide formed. Okay, mass applies to solids. I cover up mass, and it's my moles times by the MR. You work out the MR from the periodic table. All right, I know number of moles is over here. All right, so I just put it in my calculator, and I put right in the answer. Okay. Next question: number of moles of sulfur trioxide produced. Okay, what do I know about sulfur trioxide? I know it is a gas. Okay, so I can use this triangle to find number of moles, or I can maybe use the ratio. If I use this triangle here to find the volume, to find the moles, I need to know the volume divided by 24. I haven't been told the volume anywhere in my calculation. All right, so it will be difficult to apply this this triangle. So I'm going to use the ratio idea. Okay, because I know I can apply it. Okay, I've got 0.025 moles here to 3, 0.075. Okay, nice and easy. The volume of sulfur trioxide. Okay, to find volume, you cover up volume, moles times 24. You put it into your calculator, know the number of moles, 1.8 decimeter cubed. Alright, next question, I'd like you to pause the video and have a go at doing this on your own, please. Right, let's go to the answers. That's the ratio. Right, hope you have not forgotten if it's centimeter cubed to convert to decimeter cubed. Hope you got that right. Any problems, please let me know. Thank you.